This is Aron Lowi, a 62-year-old Polish Jewish merchant from the small town of Zator, a husband, a neighbor, a man who had a name, a story, and a community. On March 5, 1942, that identity was stolen forever when Aron arrived at Auschwitz. He wasn't a man anymore. He became prisoner number 26,406. The haunting intake photos taken that day show him bruised, starved, and hollow-eyed, evidence of abuse even before he entered the gates of hell. Pinned to his striped uniform were the Nazi symbols of hatred, a yellow star for being Jewish, an inverted red triangle for being a political prisoner. Others wore green for criminal, pink for homosexual, black for asocial. It was a system built to dehumanize before killing. Aron's time in Auschwitz lasted just 5 days. He arrived on March 5th. By March 10, 1942, he was gone. His cause of death was never recorded, like millions of others deemed unfit for labor. In that monstrous machine, 5 days erased a lifetime, but his photograph endures, his number endures, and remembering his face, one face among millions, is the quiet rebellion the Nazis never wanted. To remember one name is to resist forgetting them all.
Thank you all for watching this here video.
On September 1st, 1939, the world was falling apart. Germany invaded Poland. World War II began. And on that very same day, the journal Physical Review received a paper. LT is read as follows. Physical Review on Continued Gravitational Contraction by J.R. Oppenheimer and H. Snyder. University of California, Berkeley, California, received July 10, 1939. When all thermonuclear sources of energy are exhausted, a sufficiently heavy star will collapse. Unless fission due to rotation, the radiation of mass, or the blowing off of mass by radiation, reduce the star's mass to the order of that of the Sun, this contraction will continue indefinitely. In the present paper, we study the solutions of the gravitational field equations which describe this process. In I, general and qualitative arguments are given on the behavior of the metrical tensor as the contraction progresses. The radius of the star approaches asymptotically its gravitational radius. Light from the surface of the star is progressively reddened and can escape over a progressively narrower range of angles. In 2, an analytic solution of the field equations confirming these general arguments is obtained for the case that the pressure within the star can be neglected. The total time of collapse for an observer co-moving with the stellar matter is finite, and for this idealized case and typical stellar masses, of the order of a day. An external observer sees the star asymptotically shrinking to its gravitational radius. Potential and kinetic energy of the outer layers of the star which could be blown away by the radiation. Rotational energy which could divide the star into 2 or more parts. If the mass of the original star were sufficiently small, or if enough of the star, it didn't make headlines. But it quietly birthed one of the wildest ideas in science, the black hole. Stars, when they run out of fuel, try to cling to hope. Electrons push back. If not, neutrons? Someone will catch me before I fall. Oppenheimer and Snyder said, no one's coming. If all that's left is gravity, the collapse never stops. Ever. They imagined a perfectly spherical, pressureless star, just dust falling under its own weight. Result: a star that shrinks into a prison from which not even light can escape. That invisible boundary got a name, Event Horizon. At the center, a singularity where space, time, and every law of physics break. And here's the irony. This paper is Oppenheimer's biggest scientific contribution, but he himself walked away from it. He called it uninteresting. Freeman Dyson later diagnosed him with fundamentalitis, the disease of believing only the search for universal laws matters, while exotic solutions like black holes are beneath serious physicists. Einstein had it too. He dismissed black holes, even quantum mechanics. History proved them both wrong. Today we know black holes are inside curiosities.
Thank you all for watching this here video.
In 1942, inside the Warsaw Ghetto, Dr. Janusz Korczak, a beloved educator, writer, and pediatrician, was given many chances to escape. Yet he refused to leave the orphanage he directed, choosing instead to stay with the children who had no one else. When orders came for deportation, he led them through the streets in calm formation, holding the smallest child in his arms. Eyewitnesses remembered the haunting dignity of that moment. One boy asked him, "Doctor, are we going to the country?" Korczak smiled gently and replied, "Yes, somewhere beautiful." None of them ever returned. Dr. Korczak's final act remains one of profound moral courage, a choice made not out of duty but of love. Today, he is remembered in Poland and around the world not merely as a victim of war, but as a guardian of lost children, whose compassion outshone the darkness surrounding him. Dr. Janusz Korczak was offered freedom from the Warsaw Ghetto, but he refused to leave the orphans in his care. When the children were sent away, he walked beside them calm, steadfast, and full of love. His courage became one of history's quietest acts of heroism.
Thank you all for watching this here video.